Hello. Lately I've been thinking a lot about the difference and importance between faith-based living and fear-based living. I think, when things are going well, it's easy for us to sort of just go with the flow and be happy-go-lucky and, oh, God is good and life is good and everything is delightful. And I think when something kind of knocks us on our butts or makes us take a step back and sort of rethink our priorities or question things, we sort of go more into the fear-based space of control and worry and anxiety and what's going to happen and should I do this, should I do that, what's going to be the result, what's going to be the consequence, and feeling lost or out of control or just in fear and anxiety. And I recently had an experience like that, and it brought me back to those repeated lessons and those places that we need to kind of touch and soften within or inside of ourselves, and sort of almost re-examine or revisit, possibly for a couple times, possibly for several times. It could be an ongoing lesson for your whole lifetime. It could be something that's brief. But these moments are the things that really pull us back into that core center of faith and belief and questioning that faith and belief. And I think for me and for a lot of people, it's probably one of the hardest lessons in life, letting go and having trust and faith, kind of all intertwined, those lessons. And realizing that at some point, if we don't listen and we don't practice that and learn that lesson and put that faith-based action into play in our lives, and live more out of the fear-based or anxiety or control space, we will at some point be forced, whether we like it or not, to face those issues and those fears and insecurities and bring us back to that faith-based return and trust and space where perhaps we as humans are not as comfortable, but our souls are more comfortable. And I think that's where the soul has to sort of override and inform the human part a little bit more, as opposed to the human part taking charge. It needs to kind of go to the background and let the spirit come more to the foreground in those moments to learn those lessons. And you'll be tapped on the shoulder and you'll have those lessons. And if you don't listen, you'll be shook a little bit, a little shaky shake. And then if you still don't listen, it's going to be more of like a pummeling. So the sooner we can return to that space of trust and faith, even if we don't understand it, even if we don't know what the outcome is going to be, even if we may or may not like the outcome, the better our lives will unfold. And it's sort of that hand-in-hand co-creation and partnership with God and the universe and with our higher self to say, I let go, I trust you, and what's meant to be in my best and highest good will come, even if it is not the way I thought or what I thought it would look like, or taking longer than I thought it was going to take. So this is just kind of our reminder to slow down, take a deep breath, find that peace and joy and faith and trust again, and let go of some of the fear and anxiety and control. Again, easier said than done, but the more we practice it, the better and faster and easier it will become. So food for thought today. Embrace the day. Namaste.